Hello, and welcome back to another reimagined Premier League team logo series. Today we are in Nottingham, excuse me, and looking at Nottingham Forest. So, without further ado, here is the Nottingham Forest logo, and it's been this way for a while now. If you're familiar with it, it's a stylized tree with some wavy lines beneath, which might represent water or hills, pardon me, with quite a retro style uppercase and lowercase typeset at the bottom for the name just Forest, not Nottingham Forest, just Forest, which is intriguing. Before we dive into what I will do to this logo, let's briefly look at the history. So it starts with this funky looking chap in the 40s. And then going into the 50s, we've got a bit of heraldry with a couple of stags, the NFFC, Nottingham Forest Football Club initials. The stags are quite traditional heraldry style with crowns around their necks, standing on branches with a shield with crowns and twigs in the middle of it, as you can see. And then moving into the 70s, we have pretty much what we know today, with more of an original typeface underneath. Going into the noughties, they just tweak that typeface subtly, and then from there to now, from what I can see, not a great deal has changed. There's been a subtle, looks like the colour might have tweaked slightly. Nottingham Forest fans, you can probably tell me in more detail what has changed. For me, personally, the logo is nice and clean. Looks a little bit cartoony, possibly, and not very mature, especially with that the typeface which has been chosen. And so, for my reimagined version, I'm going to try and introduce a bit more of this heraldry. So, where normally I'm trying to simplify a logo, on this occasion, I want to bring a little bit more depth and richness back into the logo. As always, we dive into Procreate. You can see a little hint as to where I'm going to down here. But I started to sketch out a stag's head with its antlers and trying to work out how I could reintroduce that to be some form of a tree from the forest. So having leaves off of the antlers, and from the options I sketched together, I was liking the idea of putting it in some form of a shield like this one here. So I was sketching it up in Illustrator as I always do, which led me to this. And I looked at a couple of different typefaces, and I was tempted to go for a slightly more traditional typeface. But in the end decided against it, quite simply. So I ended up with something like this. So you can see the original where we've come from on the left here, which, like I've said, is quite a stylized, simplistic forest motif, through to a slightly more contemporary stag's head / tree form in a shield, and I like it. I don't know if I've complicated it too much, possibly, but I just felt it needed to, for my reimagination of it, it needed to move away from where it was, and for me, this hits that nail on the head. And as I said a moment ago, it brings in a level of heraldry, which I'm satisfied with. This is number 16 of our Premier League teams, so we've only got 4 more to go after this. Nottingham this weekend. Who are we playing? They are playing Ipswich. Ipswich, 3 o'clock on Saturday. And Nottingham's form at the minute, I think they should win that quite comfortably. Yeah, let me know. Well, let me know your thoughts and feelings as per the reimagined logo, and if you think they're going to win. Also, if you want to bear in mind as to what the next series might be, I'm going to start to put up options at the end of the video. So please keep an eye out for those and let me know which option you feel I should go for next. So until next time, where we're going to Southampton, I think it is. I'll catch you there. Have a fantastic week. Yeah, take care. Bye bye.